Hello, and welcome to Explore Within Coaching. I'm Oceana. Believe it or not, this is like the seventh take of this video. Every time I get into it, I get distracted and I start going off on a tangent that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. And yeah, it wasn't working for me. And I needed to own that because I think that some people feel that I come on and I have a goal and I get the video done in one take and it's good to go. And that's so not the truth. The truth is I usually spend 4 or 5 takes before I'm happy with what it is that I'm presenting. And that includes happy with the mistakes that I make within it. Yeah, so I'm going to try to be a little more authentic with myself in this moment. And regardless of how this video turns out, I'm just going to post it. And I'm going to trust that it is exactly what I need to be posting. Feeling the fear and doing it anyways. Whew. Speaking of feel the fear and do it anyways, if you've never read the book, it is by Suzanne Jeffers. It is an amazing book. It was one of the very first books that I did in my own personal journey of healing and learning how to be okay with being afraid and proceeding with my life was life changing. Excuse me. The being able to be okay that things were going to be a little bit messy. Be okay that sometimes I'm going to be scared and that being scared is just my ego telling me that it's unsafe. That it was okay for me to say, no, it's not unsafe. I can proceed. I can do this. That being able to feel my fears, really feel them, feel the anxiety that they cause in my midsection, feel the heart rate that starts pounding as I, take that plunge into the unknown and know that everything's going to work out. To feel the fear and do it anyways. The only thing that keeps me really afraid is not proceeding in life. So it's an amazing book and I highly, highly recommend it. Okay, so last year, a couple days ago, I talked a little bit about what it is that I was going to be focusing on for 2021, and I just want to go over that real quick again. So I've made 3 major goals for 2021. The first one is commitment. I am committing to myself, to my business, and to my relationships. And I look forward to seeing how that's all going to unfold this year. I just know that those are the 3. When I come back at the end of the year, I know that I have put my attention on bettering myself, bettering my relationship, and building my business. And that's how I'm going to know I've succeeded this year. The second thing that I am focusing on this year, and it's a huge one, and it's self-love. I understand that when I'm in a place of love for myself, I have a deeper capacity to give to another. And that's important because I'm building my business. And in order to build that business, I need to have the depth of capacity to love another. To be able to give to another, I have to have my own love. And so I'm going to be getting really clear this year on what it is that I need in order to express that self-love. And part of that's going to look like setting new boundaries. Sundays are my day. I'm not going to be working. I'm not going to be doing anything except for taking care of myself. Now that could look like going out with a girlfriend. It could look like spending time with my love. It could be spending time with family. It could be spending time in quiet solitude, curled up with a good book. Regardless of how it looks, Sunday is going to be my day. And I will not be posting. I will not be doing any businessing. I probably won't even social media on Sundays. I'm going to really, really dedicate that day of the week to loving myself so that I have the capacity to love you deeper. And the third thing that I'm working on for 2021, or focusing on, I guess, it's not really working, it's a focus, is my gratitude. And I'm really, really excited about this exercise. So what I've done is I started a journal entry on December 31st, and that entry is where my life was at the end of 2020. all the things that were working really well, the things that I wanted to work on, improve on, the things that I was grateful for, the things that I had accomplished, everything that I could think of as to where I was in 2020. And then on January 1st, I made my first entry for the things that I was grateful for yesterday. And I had a lot of things to be grateful for. I mean, my sister came over and we went through my clothes. I was able to release like 2 full bags of clothing, making room in my closet for me to start adding in new clothing because Lord knows I like to have clothes. I may only wear 2 outfits, but I love to have a closet full of clothes. But what was important to me is that I have room to put in clothes that are going to fit my body. My body has changed a lot over the last year, and it's time that I start dressing for this new body that I have. And I couldn't do that without room in my closet. And so I'm very, very grateful to my sister for coming and helping with that. I also had a friend join us for dinner, and we got to just spend some time. We turned music on the television instead of a TV show, and we got to visit and chat and just really connect with each other and connect, really, really connect without the distractions of the rest of the world. And I'm so grateful for that. So something that did come up for me last night was some limiting beliefs. As soon as I picked up my journal, it's like, oh my God, I got to do this every day for a year. This was a goal I set for myself, and it was something that I was really excited about. So I was shocked to have this voice come into my being and tell me that we weren't okay with it anymore. And then I realized that was just my ego. And I have a great relationship with my ego. There was a time that my ego stopped me from doing everything. There was a time that my ego would beat me up and make me feel terrible about myself in order to keep me safe. And it took me a long time to realize that it was doing it in order to keep me safe, to keep me grounded where I was, so that there was nothing to be unexpected in our life. For a long time, I thought I had to get rid of ego in order to grow and in order to experience. And what I learned was that there's no such thing as getting rid of ego. Ego is a part of our being. And it can be a very good part of our being if we create a loving relationship with it. And so that's what I started doing, was creating a loving relationship with my ego. When my ego starts going, no, 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 I just go, thank you. And I say thank you because my ego is trying to keep me protected. And unfortunately, in its protection, I'm not growing, I'm not experiencing, I'm not doing. But I recognize that it's trying to keep me safe. And for that, I am so grateful. So again, I just say to my ego, thank you. And then I remind my ego that we're strong enough to move forward, that it's going to be okay. So as these limiting beliefs have been coming up, I've been, trying to self-soothe my ego. But I've also started doing some tapping or some emotional freedom technique. I'm not sure which words you guys are going to be most familiar with. So there's EFT or tapping. And I've been doing this actually since a few months ago when I took my advanced Ho'oponopono class. And it was one of the things that was taught to us. So I'm going to share it with you. I'm going to go through one cycle. This is something that you would do through 3 cycles. And you can do it several different ways, however it works best for you. But I'm going to go through one cycle of each of the taps, so that if you find that you are struggling with your limiting beliefs trying to stop you, you can hopefully move through it a little bit easier. So the affirmation that we're going to use when we're tapping is, even though I am afraid, I love and deeply accept myself. Again, that's, even though I am afraid, I love and deeply accept myself. And we're going to start with tapping on the karate chop part of our hand. So as we're tapping, we're going to say, even though I am afraid, I love and deeply accept myself. Then we're going to move to our crown. Even though I am afraid, I love and deeply accept myself. We'll move to the side of our eyes. Even though I am afraid, I love and deeply accept myself. Go to your sinuses. Even though I am afraid, I love and deeply accept myself. Under your nose. Even though I am afraid, I love and deeply accept myself. Just above your breast and below your collarbone. Even though I am afraid, I love and deeply accept myself. And then you're going to go between your thumb and your forefinger. So right here, even though I am afraid, I love and deeply accept myself. And you would repeat that 3 times. So let's do it a second time together. So karate chop. Even though I am afraid, I love and deeply accept myself. Even though I am afraid, I love and deeply accept myself. Even though I am afraid, I love and deeply accept myself. Even though I am afraid, I love and deeply accept myself. Even though I am afraid, I love and deeply accept myself. Even though I am afraid, I love and deeply accept myself. Even though I am afraid, I love and deeply accept myself. And let's do it one last time. And this time, close your eyes and really allow the words to sink in. Even though I am afraid, I love and deeply accept myself. Even though I am afraid, I love and deeply accept myself. Even though I am afraid, I love and deeply accept myself. Even though I am afraid, I love and deeply accept myself. Even though I am afraid, I love and deeply accept myself. Even though I am afraid, I love and deeply accept myself. Even though I am afraid, I love and deeply accept myself. I find that this just calms me. And it allows for my brain to let go of all the monkiness, let go of all of those limiting beliefs, and to just center again. So I hope that's something that helps you. I'd love to hear what your goals are for 2021, where it is that you want to be focusing your life. I've actually posted a survey up on Facebook if you want to go to Explore Within Coaching. And there you can fill it out. I'm looking for ideas on videos and what kind of group teachings I can give this year. So any input you have would be awesome. Thanks for joining me today. Be safe. Look after one another. I totally messed it up. It's be safe, be good to one another, and love yourself a little more each day.